Hi everyone, I'm Laurencio, and in this video I'm going to talk about racing games for the Sony PSP. So in this video are going to be those games that don't have a franchise. So you know that, for example, all Ford games for the Sony PSP, all Midnight Club games, those are franchises. But in this video are those PSP games that are awesome, but don't have a sequel. So just watch the video. You're going to like the games that are in this. Sega Rally Revo is as awesome as the console and PC versions. That makes the game better because the console is plug bound, but the PSP, well, you can take it wherever you want, except for underwater, in a knife fight, in a gunfight, when you fry your bacon naked, when you pet a cat naked, or do anything stupid, because you will damage the PSP, and that is not okay. There are 15 circuits across 5 terrain types: Safari, Alpine, Tropical, Canyon, and Arctic. So, as such, the player drives through snow, sleet, sand, mud, water, and gravel. And game modes include Quick Race, Championship, Time Attack, and online multiplayer. And cars are plenty to choose from. Also, the game is an arcade racer, so the cars will slide on tracks like they are on butter. The driving is not realistic, but rather fun. So just try out the game. It's awesome. It looks good, it has good controls, fun gameplay, races for many type of gamers, from the casual to the more hardcore ones. Just try out the game. It's a really good one. Flatout Headon is another incredible game. It is a port to the PSP of the Flatout 2 game, with little to no downgraded graphics. So basically, you get the same experience from PC on your PSP without even sacrificing looks. That's awesome. So you get the same brutal races, all the race mode, the entire gigantic array of cars, the fun cheat code, stuntman challenges, derbies, death matches, the ragdoll physics when you slam into something hard enough, the wet pants you get when playing the game. Everything is there. Seriously, just try out the game. It's one of the most hard-ass awesome car games out there. It's no wonder why Flatout 2 won awards. Russians know how to make a badass game. Try it out. Don't be a wuss. Split Second is the type of game that wants you to live with adrenaline. I mean, car racing while the track around you gets destroyed. Only that on the PSP, the port is not that great. It has all the elements needed, but the controls are sluggish. You don't have the necessary precision with them in this game. And also, the game doesn't have the sense of speed you get on the bigger versions. And the sluggishness combined with some unforgiving opponents will make you keep playing the racetrack over and over again till you win. Other than that, the PSP version has a unique track called the Docks, and it also has multiplayer. Next up, MotorStorm Arctic Edge is another incredible title. This game will make you feel like you are playing on a PS2. That's how great the graphics are. And it's the same fun experience as on the console. You get your boosts, festivals, and different vehicles, ranging from buggies to bikes to huge trucks that plow through opponents. There is a total of 24 vehicles in this game. The maps are nicely done too, with many details and variety, even though they all play in the snow. There is a total of 12 tracks in this game. Just try out MotorStorm Arctic Edge. It's among the best looking PSP titles out there, and it has fun gameplay too. A really good combination. For OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast, Bob Coleco describes the game the best. The OutRun games have always relied on the classic design principle of simple to learn but hard to master. Coast to Coast is an arcade game, so when bumping into stuff, it's very forgiving. In the game, you just accelerate and try to make points and complete challenges. And if the game gets easy for you, well, you can always switch to manual transmission, but I don't know how much you can play so that the game becomes too easy. There are 30 tracks in this game, all in arcade style, with many colors and different stuff on the road, with many different settings in the background. Among the modes, the single player is the most fun, because you get a lady giving you challenges, ranging from passing by as many cars as possible to drifting, dribbling a giant ball on the street and more. There is also a time attack mode, and the game has 13 vehicles, all of them Ferraris, and they are not all red like a polar bear blushing before his food. No, you can change the color of the vehicles too. And another super awesome thing is that you can copy your data from a PS2 to your PSP and vice versa, because the games are basically the same. If you buy the same game on both PS2 and on PSP, that is. Otherwise you have the game only on one console and can connect them, but that's not really a big loss. So just check out the game. It's an arcade game that is really fun. Like other arcade games, you can play at the arcades. In Test Drive Unlimited, what will amaze you the most is the map. You drive in the Hawaiian island of Oahu, and that place is huge. And it's nice that you can just teleport to races on the map, because driving all that way there will be really a chore. The map is gigantic. And the other objectives, even though they sound boring, surprisingly enough, they keep you interested to drive more. So in this game, you buy houses, buy cars, or just rent cars if you don't have the money, and drive around. The amount of cars you get is staggering, and it varies from Volkswagens to Ferraris to Aston Martins to Ford Mustangs and more. Just try out Test Drive 2. The gigantic map and the big array of cars you get is reason enough to try out the game. In Initial D Street Stage, you play just like in the arcades, but on PSP. You play as a character and have to race. And just like in arcade games, the game is forgiving when it comes to bumping into stuff like your opponent or the guardrail or whatever. And the controls are not realistic, they are arcadish. And aside from normal races and time attacks, there is also a mode called Challenge Bunta, where you go against Bunta, and he's really tough. So especially if you are a fan, throughout the game, you'll drift on running in the 90s. How cool is that? Okay, so this was the video. If you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe. And if you want, follow me on Instagram. I left a link to my account in the video description. And furthermore, I started doing Twitch streams. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, there's a link in the description too. Thank you.